starting my year with my first losing trade. And while it doesn't feel good, it reminds me to follow my rules even after my loss. And I can tend to become overwhelmed and anxious easily. And normally I just go look for other currency pairs. But y'all, this year I am reminding myself that I want to be different. I'm sticking to two currency pairs this year, pound JPY and the Australian dollar, US dollar. Now, in the forefront of my mind, I'm reminding myself that a loss is not the time to abandon my good trading principles, but to follow them. And my loser can be categorized as a false breakout. And a false breakout is when price passes a particular price point and it's causing what looks like a reversal. But what I have to realize that my job as a trader is to trade the reversal. However, my job is also to analyze the trend cycle. So let's put the analysis together piece by piece and include the trend cycle. Now, let's start with the weekly time frame. So the weekly time frame is in an uptrend. As you can see on my screen, the last higher high was at 155.221 and the last higher low was at 149.964. So the pair is bullish. The trend cycle is trend continuation. Now, trend continuation means that price is continuing with the overall flow and direction of its natural movement, which is up. Now, on the daily time frame, the trend is still continuing as well. So the difference here is I can see more candlesticks than what I can see on the weekly time frame. However, the daily time frame is also in trend continuation back towards the higher high to 158.221. That's where price is moving to. Now, the 4 hour time frame is showing me where price is currently in its fluctuations that I cannot see on the daily time frame. So dropping down lower, price was still following the trend, except it made a false breakout, which caused me to lose my trade. So if you follow my trades from yesterday when I put on YouTube, I was still looking for a buy, but then a lower low was made and the trend cycle changed to a reversal. However, this did not affect the overall uptrend on the daily or the weekly time frame. So I was anticipating a short-term sale, which was being known as a counter trend trade at this point. Now, here's my mistake, you guys. I don't counter trend trade per the 4 hour time frame. That is where I messed up at. I was ready to place my first trade of the year. I plotted my estimation zone the same way I do every time I see a reversal, and I did wait for price to reach my zone so I could place a trade on a 30-minute versus the 4 hour time frame. Now, once price reached my zone and I saw my entry candlestick, I set my take profit and my stop loss. I was risking 37 pips to gain 51 pips, which resulted in a risk to reward of 1.36. And normally I take 2 positions, but because this was a counter trend trade, I executed 1 position back down to the previous low, resulting in a loss of $330.50. Now, after I executed the trade, I did click off my charts to spend time with my family because I don't like to watch my trades run. And it wasn't until this morning, you guys, when I realized I'd lost my trade. So here I am, ready to analyze this pair again, and this is what I call the update. And in simple terms, I'm just understanding my feelings now that I've lost my trade and do my best to bounce back from the losing position. So I forecast my next entry and follow my rules all over again. And honestly, you guys, that's all I can do. A false breakout got me today, but I'm still ready. I'm still here to trade. Again, I lost $330.50. And it's less than 1% of my trading capital anyway. And I have more to continue to trade and do it all over again. And that's what I plan to do. So let me share with you guys how I am analyzing pound JPY now. So now that I've lost the trade, this is a time where I want to assess my next movement. And what I'm looking for now is, because price has gave us a really beautiful push up now, I know that that was a false breakout on the 4 hour time frame. And like I said, I was just looking for a short-term sale. Per the 4 hour, nothing too major on the higher time frames because trend is still bullish, it's still up. So now that we're back in the trend continuation cycle, headed back up towards 155.221, this is where now I'm analyzing where my next position is going to come from. Now, there's an inside bar that is right here. It's my peach color candlestick, and it's in between 2 bullish candles, and that's an inside bar, okay? So I want to see if price can come back to touch that so I can take a buy on the 4 hour time frame. Now, this can happen anytime tomorrow or even today, or it doesn't have to happen at all. All I know is I am analyzing where I want to enter my next trade to head back up towards 158.221. so that I can take a buy from that position. And if that happens, let me drop down to my 4 hour, that continues to put us back in the trend continuation cycle on this time frame. So I need what is called a retracement or a pullback to happen now. So now we have a new higher high, and I am going to name my higher high here at 156.019. Now I want you guys to keep in mind that I do not trade support and resistance. I'm literally trading with the sellers and the buyers. So this was an early indication at 154.889 that the sellers had control, but they couldn't keep control. So that's why that's a false breakout. And it can happen if price was going the opposite way. If there was a downtrend and a higher high was made, seems like the buyers are in control, but if they cannot keep it, that is a false breakout. And that is what we have to be wary of. And somebody say, well, Shaquan, how do we avoid it? There's no way you can avoid it. That just happens in the market. It just depends on your rules, your trading rules. Okay. So I followed my rules. Typically, like I said, yes, I don't counter trend trade for the 4 hour time frame. I took the trade anyway, just wanting to be in the trade this week, and I lost $330.50, right? But like I said, that's 1% less than 1% of my total trading capital. So I have a lot more. I'm not in fear of blowing my account, losing less than 1% of the trade. Thank God I did not take two positions because that is my rule. On the counter, I only take one position. And now I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen next. Okay, so yeah. So you guys, I pray this video inspires you. Things may not always start out the way we plan, and when that happens, it's not time to revenge trade or second guess yourself. This is the time to sit still, assess how you feel, find where the mistake was, learn your lesson, sit on the sideline, let the market teach you, and move on. So I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys be blessed.